All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Dear road rivals, you may have four wheels and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. Later, Toyota.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome to What If, Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the East Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 5 and District 6 activities in Idaho.
Just think about this. The Highland Ram cheerleaders won their 14th 5A title in the past 15 seasons. And then they went on to win the national competition in California.
Hosted by Sean Kane, the East Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
Good evening and welcome in to an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Gate City Game Night presented by Lookout Credit Union and the Mountain View Event Center. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valley-wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Well, it's Thursday night football here at Lookout Stadium in Pocatello, normally the home of the Pocatello Thunder, but tonight we have a Thursday night matchup where the visiting Skyline Grizzlies come in to take on the Highland Rams. Hi everyone, I'm Sean Kane. I'm joined by Joel Richardson here tonight. We've got the national anthem. We'll take a quick break and be back.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
And welcome back in. I don't know if you could hear that, but I wanted to try to catch a little bit. We had a Highland student singing the national anthem just amazingly, so a great way to start off the game. And again, I'd just like to welcome everyone in. I'm Sean Kane. I'm joined by Joel Richardson, and we've got Skyline visiting Highland here at Lookout Stadium. And what a great matchup, right, Joel? We got the visiting Skyline Grizzlies, the 4A three-peat defending champions, coming on to take the Highland Rams.
Yeah, you know how much I like a rematch, Sean, and this is a rematch from last year. Both these teams met in Skyline up in Idaho Falls at Rafston Stadium, I believe. Skyline took away that one, won by about 8 points. And, dude, I'm really excited for this one. Rematch, but the difference is Highland is a bit more loaded this year than last.
Yeah, it's not loaded. It's just the same guys coming back.
That's true.
But yeah, you've got a great matchup here. You've got Highland coming in. They took on one Skyline of Utah. Took them down pretty big last weekend at the Rocky Mountain Rumble. That score, I believe, was 52-7. They took down Skyline of Utah. Highland now is looking to take down the Skyline of Idaho. A little revenge match. And like you said, Joel, Highland comes in with a bunch of seasoned guys. You know, you've got, who I'm high on and I think is going to have a great year, is Drew Hymas at quarterback, a senior, 6 foot, 180 pounds. You've also got a healthy Jackson Riddle carrying the ball, another senior, and he'll be number 5 out there. And those two right there make you pretty excited as a team, but that's not where the list ends. We've got tons of playmakers. You got Ridge Barella as the slot receiver. You know, you've just got tons of players. You've got Colton George on the defensive side as a linebacker, and just a really loaded Highland Rams team tonight.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to watching Jackson Riddle and then, of course, the quarterback Drew Hymas to see how these guys played tonight. They had great games last week, as you said, just smoking the Utah Skyline, and really want to see those guys, as well as Kai Callan. He's going to get a lot of touches tonight, and then look for that offensive line, especially Bruce Gallo, who's getting a lot of attention, Sean, from the next level, from universities, to play at the next level. He's a top OL in Idaho.
Yeah, let me give you that Riddle stat line. Jackson Riddle from last week against Skyline from Utah, 14 touches on the ground, 78 yards, 2 TDs, 2 catches, 59 yards, and 1 TD catch. So a chunk of offense there for Jackson Riddle. But let's look at the Skyline team.
Yeah, Skyline also just a perennial power in 4A, so also a lot of great players. Of course, we're going to watch for Amani Morel, the running back. Only a sophomore, Sean, but really, really powerful, really speedy. Then Carmine Garcia, the leader, he's only a junior. Watch for number 7 quarterback to have a big game tonight. And of course, that DB Crew Searle, he's a senior, one of the top DBs in Idaho. He's also a state tourney wrestler. So watch for him to have a big game.
Yeah, that's pretty traditional. You got a lot of Skyline Grizzlies that also are top wrestlers at that big Tiger Grizz wrestling tournament that goes on later around the holidays. But here we go. We're ready to kick off. The Skyline is kicking off to Highland, and they're white with their North Carolina blue. Little chip punt caught on the 10-yard line by Ridge Barrera. He's going to bring it up. He's got a little bit of space and taken down hard by number 1, Hamilton Woodruff.
And you saw that on the camera. Great first block there by Highland, but still number 1 came through hot and was able to get that tackle.
Yeah, and you do not want to give Ridge Barrera any room to run. Possibly the fastest guy out there. I don't have the times next to me, Joel. So Highland's going to take their first series from the 22-yard line. We've got Drew Hymas in the shotgun. He's going to drop back, short screen pass to Jackson Riddle. And the ball comes loose. And does Skyline have it? We got to see the pile.
Hymas's pass is complete.
And Skyline does.
Jackson Riddle.
Jackson Riddle with a fumble, and Skyline's going to take over right away with 11:48 to go in the first quarter.
Penalty on the Rams is declined.
Jackson Riddle fumbles.
First and 10, Skyline.
And that was Corbin Lancaster on the recovery. They dove in that ball so fast. You know, Coach Berger talked about we want all 8 coming to the football at once. We want all of our linebackers, linemen, 8 crashing on that ball, and that's exactly what we just saw by Skyline's defense. Great hit and great recovery.
So an unfortunate turn of events to start the first drive for Highland as they turn it over on a fumble by Jackson Riddle. So now Skyline's going to take over on the 33-yard line, excuse me. Carmine Garcia in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to take it. Little dash and dive all the way to about the 25, maybe for a nice little pickup by Carmine Garcia. Okay, they brought it back a little bit.
That's a 6-yard gain.
So 6-yard gain by Carmine on the fake handoff.
Brendan Carlson with the tackle.
Brandon Carlson on the tackle for Highland. It's going to be 2nd and 5 on the 33.
You got 5 wide. So watch for a big throw play here.
It's going to be a handoff to number 5, Zion Crockett, for a couple.
And that's why I'm not the coach, Sean. Call for the throw and they go for the run.
Sometimes they call that a little misdirection. Good old-fashioned misdirection. So that's going to be enough for a first down for the Grizzlies. First down on the 27-yard line. 10:50 to go in the first quarter.
First and 10.
Just a little game reset.
21.
Highland received the ball, but fumbled it on their first play. Jackson Riddle fumbled, and now Skyline's looking to score.
Skyline obviously plays that spread with a nice, healthy mixture of run and pass. We're seeing that now.
Back, nice pass. Carmine Garcia. And that's going to go to Zion Crockett again.
Picks up a first down.
Another first down for Skyline. That's going to bring up 1st and goal for the Grizzlies, and on about the 7-yard line. 1st and goal on the 7-yard line as Skyline looks to capitalize on a Highland turnover in this first quarter, 9:58 to go. Fake handoff. Carmine Garcia, the quarterback's going to be just short.
Yeah, nice run there on the left side. Got a great block on the inside line. Nice block on the left side. It was able to find that big hole and keep his legs turning to get to the 1-yard line.
So 2nd and goal, about a yard to go. Yard, maybe 2 shoes for Skyline. 9:23 opening quarter of action on Thursday night football. Gate City game night here at Lookout Field. Carmine the shotgun. He's going to hand it off this time. And touchdown.
Touchdown, Skyline.
Amani Morel.
Carson Bates with the 1-yard carry into the end zone.
That was Amani Morel.
That was Amani Morel. I don't know if you heard the loudspeaker. But
If we could go downstairs and tell him, we would, Sean.
That was Amani Morel with a 1-yard touchdown score, picking up where he did last week. So Skyline takes the lead. They're going to bobble the kickoff, or excuse me, the snap, and try to bomb it in for a 2-point conversion. And the placeholder bobbled it a little bit and had to turn it into a little 2-point conversion. It's no good. And Skyline's going to take a lead 6-0.
Yeah, and that drive by Skyline was just really nice. Almost reminded me of some backyard football. A couple of QB sneaks, a couple of easy throws, Sean, kind of right in the middle to the sides. Very kind of almost basic football. Coach Scott Berger, he's in his 15th season. He says they pride themselves on playing clean football, and they have that spread with great balance of run and pass. We just saw some clean football there until that botched extra point, which of course we saw that was no good, so it'll only be 6-0 Skyline. So Highland got to feel a little bit okay with how that first touchdown went. Not 7, not 8-0, just 6-0.
Yeah, the turnover, Jackson Riddle fumbles around the 33-yard line. Skyline takes over in great field position and able to capitalize. And that could be a story from here on out is, turnovers could be a factor. And now Highland's going to get a chance to respond again, their second possession. So 9-10 left to go in the first quarter. The kickoff is good. It's caught by Callan, and he's another speedster, and he's going to go out of bounds around the 39-40 yard line, and Highland's going to take back over on offense.
And just ran out of real estate there. He had a nice start, good run, but just that right side got clogged by both his guys and Skyline and had to step out of bounds.
Probably one of the best returning duos in 5A football. You got Kai Callan and Ridge Barrera.
Highland special teams loaded with talent.
Hymas hands off and slips to the ground after about a 1-yard gain is Jackson Riddle.
Jackson Riddle, the ball carrier.
I like that, going right back to Jackson. Get that confidence up again, Sean. Jackson, he's one of your best players, so keep that confidence high for him after that fumble.
Yeah, and him slipping on the field, that's interesting, right? Highland doesn't really have a field. They're waiting for their turf to be installed. They've been practicing, probably not on turf, probably got in some time maybe this week here, but Highland's just looking for a place to play, so getting used to it as they go. Jackson Riddle on the pitch out. Nice power run. It's going to bring up a short third down here. The pitch
picks up 5 yards.
Off the pitch to Riddle is going to get 5 yards.
3rd and 2.
And bring up a short 3rd and 2 with 8:05 left to go in the first quarter of action here on Gate City Game Night, Thursday night football edition. Fun stuff.
That's 3 straight run plays for Highland.
Hymas in the shotgun, handoff, faked. Hymas is going to take it himself, and he's to the races. So about Drew Hymas with about a 20-yard quarterback run, and that's going to take the Rams all the way to the 30 inside Skyline territory for the first time. 7:34 left to go, and that is why Drew Hymas is so dangerous. You could see the Skyline defense really was zeroing in on Jackson Riddle and left a huge hole for Drew Hymas to take it up the middle for a big gain, 22 yards. Pass off to pitch to Jackson Riddle, and he's going to go for about 5 yards.
Riddle picks up 6 yards on the play.
Riddle's such a fun runner to watch because he keeps his center of gravity nice and low and keeps those legs churning, so he's always getting those extra yards.
Yeah, he does not stop moving, I agree. And that could have been easily like a 1-yard carry, right? And he turns it into 5 yards, so 2nd and 5 on the 25. Highland knocking at the door, so to speak, with 6:46 left to go. Skyline Grizzlies 6, Highland 0. Drew Hymas in the shotgun. Riddle to his right-hand side. He's going to hand it off to Jackson Riddle. Jackson Riddle is going to get the first down and a little bit more.
Jackson Riddle.
So Riddle put on his dancing shoes. Sean got a little shimmy there, got to the outside, and then finally tackled, but he wouldn't be able to get to that outside if he hadn't brought his dancing shoes tonight.
And, you know, I think we'll see a heavy dose of that do-si-do.
First and 10 from the 13.
So 1st and 10 from the 13, 6:16 to go in the first quarter. Highland on the move. Little room for Kai Callan.
Kai Callan, the ball carrier, forced out of bounds.
And you'll see Highland do this a lot. Kai Callan, a great defensive back and a little bit of wide receiver, but they'll bring him in to run a few sweeps, a couple pitches out the back because he's got that speed, Joel.
Yeah, we've seen that sweep a lot in the last couple of years, kind of emerge into Idaho high school football, using those wide receivers on the outside, use that speed. They get some momentum going, and they're off to the races. So that sweep can be really nice for those fast wide receivers.
Yep, 5:54, first quarter. Highland on the 13, but I think we had a penalty.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So 15-yard penalty, must have been a personal foul.
Yep, face mask or unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's going to back Highland all the way up to the 23-yard line. So it's first down. Misdirection. Drew Hymas is going to take it. Finds a hole. Takes a big bump from number 0, Corbin Lancaster.
Same player who recovered the fumble, Sean.
Picks up about 10
And I stuttered there because Lancaster's the street I live on.
Okay.
So I'm like,
also a city in California.
I had to double check that. Lancaster. So 5:27. Highland gets a few there. Now it's second. And they can still get a first down in about 4 yards, or 2nd and 6. Drew Hymas in the shotgun. So gave it to Jackson Riddle. Almost tackled in the backfield, but he's going to break free for a touchdown. And Jackson Riddle puts Highland on the board with a 6-yard run. And it ties the game up 6-6, pending the extra point.
And, you know, I don't know if you guys saw that, but he kind of fumbled the snap. And as he fumbled it, he just kind of handed Hymas, as he fumbled it, kind of handed it off to Jackson Riddle, and Riddle was off to the races. So glad that worked out for Highland, but that was a bit shaky there.
Yeah, and there was 2 Skyline defenders on hot pursuit. The kick is up and good for Highland.
Point is good. Your Highland Rams 7, Skyline Grizzlies 6.
So now Highland is going to take a 1-point lead. And the game's kind of been everything we thought.
Yeah, not much defense so far, but except for that recovered fumble. Of course, that was a nice defensive play by Skyline, but both teams, once they got their stuff going, easy touchdowns. They seemed like easy touchdowns, of course, when you're down the field, much harder, but for a spectator, those are both easy drives, not much defensive pressure, or even if there was, they were able to negate it with their really good offensive plays.
And what you kind of saw on display there is what I think you're going to see a lot from Highland this year is multiple people running the ball, either giving that pitch or that option to the running back Jackson Riddle or Drew Hymas, reading the defense and seeing it. And that was kind of the word on the street from the coaches, is that Drew Hymas is so good, it's like having another coach out there on the field. And I saw that right there. He's able to read the defense and decide to pull back or take it.
And you mentioned in the East Idaho Prepcast, Sean, that's something you want to have on your team, is another kind of coach in the field to guide things and be that captain, be that commander.
So Highland kicks off with 5:02 in the first quarter, and that'll be a touchback, and the Skyline Grizzlies will take over at the 20-yard line for a first down.
Of course, a fun fact, Hymas is their kicker as well. So that kick goes out of the end zone. Nice boot.
Yeah, good kick. Good kicking. That was one of the better kickoffs I've seen this year. And it's you know, probably something you don't talk about enough, but kicking becomes just so important as you get in the later stages of the year. But I'll get off the kicking high horse and we'll get back to the game.
We got to give special teams some love every once in a while, Sean.
5:02, handoff to Amani Morel, and he'll maybe get about a yard. And
Justice Harding with the stop for the Rams.
didn't call his name at all really on that drive until he went for the touchdown. A little surprising.
Second and 9.
So yeah, 1 yard, 2nd and 9. The ball on the 21-yard line, 4:38 to go here in opening action at Lookout Field. Great venue here, the home of the Pocatello Thunder, and as Highlands Field is getting done, I heard it was supposed to be done next Friday at noon, and that would mean the game could possibly happen there Friday.
Yeah, hopefully it can, and they can play at their own home, at their own stadium, fill that place, and treat their fans to some good football.
Carmine Garcia with the fake pass, screen pass to Mari Morel, and he's breaking it free. He's going, almost game-saving, touchdown-saving tackle, down all the way at the 20.
Pass is complete to Amani Morel.
Just an overall solid play. Again, a little backyard football, but this time it was a little trickery. Fake pass to the outside, jump pass to his inside, and then Amani Morel was off to the races, breaking tackles, putting some moves, and finally a touchdown-saving tackle finally brings him down on the 20-yard line. Great play.
Yeah, Amani Morel is a hard dude to bring down, and it was shown there. He went from the 20 on our right all the way down to the 20 on our left, and Skyline's got first down on the 20, looking to score again with 3:33 left to go in the first quarter. Carmine Garcia out, pass, little screen pass out to the flat.
Garcia's pass is complete to DeMont.
To Taylor DeMont.
Those screen passes are super hard to defend. As when you're on offense, you want to make sure that you're not blocking too soon, or else it's a penalty against you. So when you can execute those at a high level, you're going to have success because they're so hard to defend. Looks like we got a timeout, Sean.
Timeout, Highland. The score is Highland 7, Skyline 6, 3:12 to go in the first quarter. We'll take that timeout with them. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at Irmac. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapist at Irmac taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to Irmac.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night. We've got a great one here, Thursday night football as Skyline visits Highland at Lookout Field in Pocatello. And after a 60-yard run by Amani Morel, Skyline Grizzlies knocking at the door, and the handoff is to Morel. He's going to go up the gut, take 2 or 3 guys with him. I'm impressed with Morel's running right now, Joel.
Man, yeah, he doesn't go down. He and his buddy on the other side, neither of them like to go down. They keep those legs churning, like we said. Keeps that center of gravity nice and low. Drops those hips and is able to push through. Really nice run there.
So they were able to get a first down there. So it's going to be 1st and goal from just inside that 5-yard line. 2:47 to go. Clock's running. Second quarter. Skyline looking to reclaim the lead in the first quarter. Carmine Garcia in the shotgun. Amari Morel to his left. So in motion, they give to Morel up the middle. He's going to get a couple to about the 1 or 2 yard line.
Morel picks up 3 yards.
And I'm going to tell you, Highland and Skyline are two of the teams that I think do this best. They use all the field. Either those screen passes, they'll get everyone out wide, misdirection. But if you're playing either one of these teams, Highland or Skyline, you've got to be watching the whole field. You cannot focus on one person. So second and goal from, it looks about the 2 yard line, or excuse me, the 1 yard line. Just on the 1 yard line. Second goal on the 1:50 to go in the first quarter. Carmine Garcia in the bat and shotgun. He's going to fake he's going to give the handoff to number 4.
Touchdown, Grizzlies.
Yep, and it was number 4, Alex
Dennert, yeah. Alex Dennert, like you said, Sean, they used the whole field in that time, using all their players as well. They faked it to Amani Morel and went to Alex Dennert, who got in for 6, no problem, behind some nice blocking up front.
Alex Dennert with a touchdown run, bringing that score to 12. Now will Skyline go for 2? I think they're going to, since they bobbled the snap and hold in the first play, so they're looking to get it back up to 14. Garcia shotgun, high pitch, kind of fobbled, but that's going to fall short. The handoff was a little high.
Stops it short. Highland Rams 7.
And Amani Morel I think he had a hard time bringing that down, and by the time he brought it down, the defense of Highland had collapsed. So with 1:41 left to go in the first quarter, Skyline retakes the lead 12-7.
And it's really amazing how fast football is. You make these slight mistakes, it's super hard to recover. Because he had that high snap, or excuse me, the high handoff, he wasn't able to get it. The running back wasn't able to get to it. Amani Morel wasn't able to get to it as quickly as he needed to, and probably could have punched it in, but that half a second delay on the high snap caused them to miss that 2-point conversion. So yeah, if you're Highland, you just let a touchdown go, but you're only down 5.
Yeah, and I have to give Morel some credit. I saw his head go up, watch that ball, get it into that bread basket, and bring it in, because if he would have just looked forward to what was coming at him, it could have been disastrous. So 1:41 left to go in just the first quarter. We got a lot going on in this first quarter. Gate City game night. Skyline's going to kick off to Highland, and it's a little pooch kick to the 30-yard line by Jackson Riddle. Got it, and he called a fair catch and then started to run. I like it.
Got to be prepared, right? Yeah, smart play by Jackson Riddle to call that fair catch, because Skyline was coming fast.
Well, I would see Skyline kicking it to this part of the field a lot, because Ridge Barrera and Kai Callan, you just don't, if you can't get it into the end zone, I don't know if you want to give them an opportunity. So Highland's going to take over on the 35, minute 40 left to go. Hand off to Jackson Riddle up the middle. He's going to get it. He's going to get about 13 yards, maybe 14. We'll see where the spot is. First down, Rams.
Picks up 13 yards on the play. 1st and 10.
They're going to give him 13. So even with the fumble, you know, they've went right back to Jackson Riddle. He's settled in. He's ran a 6-yard touchdown, and he's had some just good 5 to 6 yard runs. Like, he's got a good, I think 13 yards would be his longest run so far. Drew Hymas had about a 20-yard run from the quarterback position. So second down, Hymas is going to look to throw, and he's going to go for broke, and it's going to be caught wide open. Ridge Barrera is going to score the touchdown. There was no one in sight. Ridge Barrera, touchdown. 60-yard touchdown.
I mean, you got to make that throw wide open. Great throw from Drew Hymas to Ridge Barella. Caught his man sleeping. Easy 6. Great throw. I mean, spot on.
Great. Something happened because Ridge Barrera was open like 7-Eleven and touchdown Rams. Extra points good. That's going to bring it the Rams. So just like that, the defenses have not been on the field very long. So Highland Rams, tonight's home team here at Lookout Credit Union Field, 14, Skyline 12, 59 seconds left to go in just the first quarter. So, wow, great pass on target. Drew Hymas to Ridge Barrera, and I believe that was the first pass of the game for the Rams.
It was their first pass. All run plays, either QB sneaks or handoffs to Ridge Barella or some sweeps, right? First pass of the game for Highland ends up in a touchdown.
Gotta like that stat line. I hope my fantasy team does that this week. So, little game reset. We're still in the first quarter. There's 59 seconds left. Skyline's 12, Highland's 14. Both teams no team has got to stop on defense except Skyline recovered a fumble on Highland's opening drive. First play of the game, first offensive play of the game, fumble recovery. But ever since then, the Highland offense has just been flowing. And that touchdown was capped off by a 6-yard pass from Drew Hymas to Ridge Barrera. And here we go as Highland kicks off. Touchback.
Eunice's kick.
Eunice.
Into the end zone for a touchback. First and 10.
Yeah, Zarek Eunice kicking those kickoffs. So I failed to mention him. I said Drew Hymas was kicking.
Drew Hymas
but
punts.
He punts.
He punts.
He's that
Sometimes
awesome
they do
punter.
both.
But Zarek Eunice.
Eunice is a great kicker. Has made all the extra points and 2 touchbacks so far. So the Skyline Grizzlies are going to take over on the 20-yard line. Carmine Garcia in the shotgun. Amani Morel is going to not take the handoff. Garcia's going to think about it. Nice little quick pass. Man, that ball could have went to so many people, but Hamilton Woodruff is going to pick up that pass for Skyline.
Yeah, another high snap there, Sean. So center need to kind of get his snaps a little bit lower to give Carmine a little more time to formulate the plays.
Yeah, and Carmine Garcia's smart, right? He had 3 options there, right? Give it the handoff, run it himself, or make that pass, and he checked down to all 3 of them. Nice job by the junior quarterback. Garcia all alone in the shotgun. Little quick screen pass. He's going to get the first down and about 5 more yards, but we got a flag on the play.
Complete to Taylor DeMont.
Taylor DeMont on that catch for Skyline.
Cannon Coons.
Cannon Coons of Highland with the tackle out of bounds. Stops the clock. 9 seconds in the first quarter.
Flag on the field.
But like I said, we've got a flag.
Holding called against the Grizzlies.
So holding's going to take away that first down pass. And
a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
so that's going to bring up second and about 13, almost 14.
And that's what you risk when you're doing those screen passes, Sean. If you block too soon, it's going to be that hold. And they got it called against them this time.
And that's going to bring us probably to the end of the quarter. We'll take a break. It's oh my goodness. It is Gate City game night.
It is Gate City game
I had
night.
it right.
It
It's
is.
Gate City game night, Thursday night football, IdahoSports.com. Your score is Highland Rams 14, Skyline Grizzlies 12. We'll be back right out after this quick break for the second quarter.
an Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
And welcome back to Gate City Game Night. Fantastic matchup here as Highland and Skyline are battling on a Thursday night. Highland just scored to take the lead 14-12, and Skyline starting from their 20 here after the kickoff in the start of the second quarter. Handoff to Zane Crockett.
And I think that's the first kind of stop that we've seen on these run plays, Sean. No gain.
So no gain there. 3rd and 9. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, there was one play before the quarter. Right? It was that screen pass that resulted
that was
in a
called
holding.
back.
Yep. So it's 3rd and 9 from just over the 20-yard line here. 11:20 to go in the second quarter. Carmine back to pass. Carmine Garcia, he's looking in the middle, caught by number 5. He's got room. That's Zane Crockett.
Garcia's pass is complete to Zion Crockett.
Zion Crockett for, where are they going to spot it here? So about a 32-yard pass,
1st and 10.
giving Skyline a first down.
48-yard line.
So that might have been, that might have been one of the first 3rd downs too.
Yeah, and a long
Either
3rd
team.
down too. So I was curious what they were going to do there, maybe a sweep, but no, they did a traditional kind of pass outside, completed, and a nice yards after catch.
So first down from the 48-yard line. Amani Morell's going to take it, and he's going to be stuffed. Bunch of Highland Rams there, maybe for just a couple.
Picks up 2 yards on the play.
2 yards, and it looked like
Simon Gifford, with the
Simon Gifford, number 19, in their first. Nice tackle.
2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8, 10:15 to go. The ball's on the 46. And Skyline's been able to manage these. They've had a lot of different yardage type plays, and they've been right on the calls. And we have the referees whistling something.
Looks like a referee timeout. The men in stripes to talk a little bit.
Well, good time for a game recap, right? It's Highlands 14, Skyline's 12. There's 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Go ahead, Joel.
I was just going to say, you mentioned that the Skyline likes to use a lot of the field and spread things out. So it's got to be hard for Highland and other teams when they're playing against them to make sure everyone's covered and do your kind of 1/11th and ensure that everyone's kind of, there's an eye on someone. And we saw that on the other end, Skyline trying to keep everyone in front of them, but Ridge Barella got free for that super long touchdown. So just want to make sure that, when these teams are using the whole field, that everyone's doing their job And don't get sidetracked with, well, what's my buddy doing over here, or what's this guy doing here. Do your job, and that you'll avoid those big plays when the ball is getting spread out all over the place.
So whatever it was, we're back, and it's 10 minutes in the second quarter, 2nd and 8 on the 46. Carmine Garcia in the shotgun, Amani Morel on his hip. Garcia's gonna roll to his left. The pass is up, a little short, and they're gonna say it's complete to the 30-yard line, and Hamilton Woodruff.
It looks like there's a flag back at the line of scrimmage, Sean.
Well, hold my horses.
Flag on the field.
I think hold is right.
Oh, chop block on Highland? Or personal foul? Personal foul on Highland, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So they got a first down on the catch, which is a 15-yard catch.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty.
So 15 yards from there is going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line for the Skyline Grizzlies. So it's 9:53, so in a matter of 7 seconds, Skyline's flipped the field.
Yeah, and like you were mentioning how they were able to make these long drives when they're deep in their own territory, and it helps when the opposing team is committing fouls, getting you right into the red zone.
So 1st and 10, fakes the hands off, gives it to number 5 of Skyline. There's a flag. He's in for a touchdown. Crockett.
Flag on the field.
But there's a flag. And let's see what we got here.
And I'm going to stop guessing because I think 1 out of 10 I get right.
This time it's holding on Skyline. And
A foul is called on the Grizzlies.
so that's going to make it 1st and 20, because we're going to replay the down, right? Well, what? Okay, there's a penalty, but the ball. It was only brought back 5 yards, right? It was 1st and 10 on the 10.
1st and 11.
So it's 1st and 11 from the 15 Grizzlies. Garcia's going to take it himself and get maybe a yard. And look out field. Look out Credit Union field is packed to the gills. All the bleacher seats are full, so everyone's standing around the fence. I don't know if you can get that, Joel, but so this is the fullest I think I've seen Lookout Field B, because also Skyline obviously travels very well, and those bleachers are pretty much, you can't see them. So 2nd and 10 on the 15-yard line. Skyline Grizzlies. Garcia throws it out. Oh, intercepted, but dropped. And
Garcia's pass is intercepted, then fumbled, then recovered by number 34, Hudson John.
so Brennan Carlson intercepts the ball, fumbles it,
Flag on the field.
and then recovered by Highland, I believe, after the fumble. And it's going to be Highland's ball. And then there is holding on Skyline.
Called against the Grizzlies. Penalty will be assessed after the fumble. 1st and 10 for the Rams.
Right, so Highland intercepts it. Highland fumbles the interception, but Highland recovers. Highland's ball. Holding penalty on Skyline's going to bring
Ball will be placed at the 36-yard line.
on the 36-yard line for Highland. So first turnover for Grizzlies in the second quarter with 8:19 left to go. Interception, Skyline. So each team with 1 turnover right now, and Highland takes back over.
That play just had about everything, Sean. An interception, fumble, and a penalty.
I think I got it right. Big pass is going to be short. Maybe tipped at the line of scrimmage. It didn't have a good spiral on it.
And that time Jackson Riddle covered really nicely by Skyline.
And I'm always a big fan of that. You get a big turnover, you get the ball, go for a big play on that first down. I've always been a big fan of that.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you're on the if you're beyond kind of the 25-yard line, why not go for something big like that? Use the momentum in your favor. And when they're up 14-12, you score there. That's a lot to come back from if you're Skyline.
All right, so turnover by Skyline. Highland takes over with a 14-12 lead, 8:13 to go. Hymas in the shotgun. Pass to Kai Callan is off target, and Highland going a little bit away from what was working for him in the first quarter, which was the run.
Yeah, interesting play calls there. 2 throws in a row after all those runs in the first quarter. So we'll see what they cook up here on 2nd and 10, or 3rd and 10.
Yeah, so this is probably one of the longest third downs for Highland, if not their first third. There hasn't been a lot of third downs. So, you know, on Skyline's side, they'd love to force a punt here and get out of this turnover without giving up any points. But Highland 3rd and 10. Drew Hymas in the shotgun. Jackson Riddle to his right-hand side. Just about a yard back. Ridge Barrera in motion.
Skyline coming with a blitz.
Big blitz, screen pass. It's picked up by 87, Cy Ramon. Oh, excuse me, Cy Reno. Yeah, that's like the coolest name in football.
Great
Cy
name.
Reno. That was just crumpled up for me, but Cy Reno gets it, but they're gonna lose some yards on it.
That defense, you know, Coach talked about they communicate pre-snap well. They want to get 8 guys to the ball every play. Talk about 8 guys to the play, Sean. That was a blitz. Felt like that blitz came from everywhere. Forced that pressure, and basically no gain on that play. So great defensive stand by Skyline after giving up the ball on offense.
So Highland will punt for the first time tonight, and that is Drew Hymas on the punt. Look at that punt. And both Skyline returners have to go back, and Woodruff gets it, and he's going to take it up to about the 22-yard line, and Skyline's going to take back over on offense. And I think if you're Skyline, that was the best case scenario.
Definitely.
You had first and 10, looking to score and you have a couple penalties. Highland comes up with a big interception, and then you hold Highland to their first 3 and out. And man, Hymas, what a punt! He's one of the best punters. He's averaging almost 40 yards per punt. And that in itself is a huge weapon to be able to turn the field. So Skyline's going to take over on the 31, first down, 7:12 to go. Highland ahead 14-12. Garcia's going to fake the handoff. He's looking. He's going to throw that pass short. Little screen, little pick play. Is caught. A lot happening.
Yeah, some more backyard football there, Sean. That was just a lot of kind of chaos there, but he got the play off, and that catch was just caught with his fingertips right next to the ground, but completed pass and got a couple yards after. I thought that was going to be a broken play, but 7 yards.
And Alex Dennert on the catch, and they're able to get 7 after a lot happened there. 6:40 to go. 2nd and 3 on the 38-yard line. You know, Skyline will get the ball at halftime, so these plays here in the last 6 minutes could be fairly important going into our halftime. Fakes the handoff, Garcia does, takes it himself, and he's eaten up by 72. Trace and Bagley, nice job there for Highland. Still able to get a yard on the play, though, surprisingly. So it brings up a 3rd down now for Skyline. Much more manageable. Highland had about a 3rd and 13 and ended up having to punt. And now 3rd and about 4. 3rd and 4.
Long 3, yeah.
Yeah, almost 4. See what Skyline draws up. Almost drew Highland off sides. Fakes the hands off Garcia out to the flat. That's number 11. It's going to be close for that first down. Taylor DeMont on the catch, and I think they're going to get it. Oh, that spot is up. Now moving the 6. Just the angle we're at, it looked a lot closer. Maybe you had a better look at it, Joel.
Yeah, no, it looked really close. I was with you. I thought they were going to maybe bring out the chains and measure, but gave them the first down. So, yeah, clock is rolling, 5:15 to go. Like you said, this is an important drive here for Skyline as Highland, as they get the ball back in the second half. It would be nice to get 2 touchdowns, right? One now and one at the start of the third quarter.
Yeah, you'd like to use up all the clock, get a score, go into halftime, and get that ball back. But they've got to get there first, and Garcia's back in the shotgun. He's going to look. He's going to throw, and just off the target, incomplete.
Intended for Hamilton Woodruff.
To Hamilton Woodruff, and Woodruff's been active. It's been a target. He's been a big-time target so far tonight. But that's going to stop the clock. 4:52 on the incomplete pass by Carmine Garcia. 4:52. Highland still ahead, 12. Highland is 14. Skyline is 12, and the scoring slowed down here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and you kind of expect that. Yeah, right. Kind of expect that as these two teams kind of get comfortable with each other, figure out who's doing what, and then, and of course, a couple stops.
Fakes the throw. Amari Morell's going to take it, and just hard running.
Wow.
Able to gain about 6 yards there.
Monty Morell just doesn't go down, Sean. Excuse me.
He's gonna be a problem in 4A football this year. This is my big bold prediction.
Sean bringing the cold hard takes. Monty Morell to be a big problem. You heard it here first, folks. But no, you're no doubt. I totally agree. He is going to be a huge problem, and the fact that he just keeps his legs moving and then he falls forward, Sean, to add insult to injury for the defense. The legs move and he falls forward.
And Highland's defense is playing really well. I don't want to take anything away from him. There's 3 or 4 guys there. They're getting to him on the ball on that first level, but he's able just to kind of go like a train through it. And we've got a flag on this running play and a face mask. And I'm not sure they got the face mask. Yeah, his helmet went all the way down to Crockett's. But the flag was before the face mask. So we'll have to work it out here, right? Face mask, you see the face mask?
Yes, illegal shift.
Illegal shift. And
illegal shift called against the Grizzlies. That penalty is declined.
The penalty declined, so it brings out 4th down. And Skyline wants to know, because I don't think the Skyline fans could see the face mask. And maybe someone up in the booth did, but I think Skyline's taking a timeout because they want to know where maybe that call went, because that was missed.
It was pretty obvious from up here that like you said, his helmet got wrapped around.
Highland's going to decline the penalty because they would replay the down, so they're going to bring up 4th down. So Skyline's going to take a timeout to see what they want to do on the 4th and 6 from the 45-yard line. I don't know if you go for it right now.
Yeah, and the Skyline special teams, we saw that kind of the muffed extra point. They went for the 2-point conversion because they didn't want to try that again. So how's their punting?
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. So after the timeout here, I was just kind of waiting to see what was happening, but we're going to come back from the timeout. 3:55 to go in the second quarter, but the most important story is it's Skyline's first 4th down of the night, and it's 4th and 6, and they're coming out and going for it, Joel.
Yeah,
I like it.
Love it. 3:55 to play in the half. Let's go for it.
Garcia in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, and He's going to be sacked for a loss, and he's shaken up. And that's Tyson Beckles. And you might have heard Tyson Beckles' name on this field before because last year he was with the Thunder.
Tyson Beckles, yeah, comes off the edge so fast, Sean, almost unblocked. Gets a great sack for a loss. Turnover on downs, and with great field position, Highland can strike before the end of the half.
Yeah, turnover on downs with that sack, and now Highland's right in there on Skyline side of the field. So 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line. Hymas in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to Riddle. And Jackson Riddle's going to take it for about 5 yards. But what a sack by Tyson Beckles.
Jackson Riddle, the ball carrier, picks up 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7.
So excuse me, I jumped the gun there. 3 yards on that play, so 2nd and 7.
Wish we had replay, Sean, to watch Tyson Beckles come off the edge again. He came so fast.
Pretty much unblocked.
Yep. Just got around the edge. And
lost the count for him and laid down the wood and gets Highland the ball back. So 2nd and 7 from the 35. Kai Callan in motion. Drew Hymas shakes and bakes a couple Skyline defenders, and he's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. Drew Hymas about to be sacked by 2 Skyline defenders, pushes basically one of them onto the other, and takes it for a 35-yard touchdown.
Drew Hymas brought his dancing shoes tonight, Sean. I don't know how he got out of that, but like you said, use that stiff arm, push those guys on top of each other.
Yeah, so if you think of it like a triangle, Drew Hymas is the point of the triangle, and the other 2 points are Skyline defenders, and he kind of just pushes one into the other, breaks out to his left, and takes it for a 35-yard touchdown run to bring Highland to 21.
That extra point is good.
After the extra point. So it's 21-12, and huge turn of events with 2:59 left to go in the half, as Tyson Beckles with a huge sack on 4th down gets Highland the ball back. Highland has a 3-yard run, and then the next play on 2nd and 7, Drew Hymas keeps the ball himself and breaks it out for a nifty 35-yard run.
And even though Highland was up, you felt like Skyline had the momentum after they got that defensive stop. And they were marching. You felt like, okay, Skyline's probably going to score here, but Highland's defense holds strong. Gets that sack on the 4th and 3, 4th and 4, or 4th and 6, excuse me. And Highland pulls that momentum back in a huge way, now up 21-12.
Yeah, I mean, really kind of the turning point of the game. I did too. I kind of felt like Skyline had the momentum because they had a turnover, but were able to force Highland to punt the ball. But then that 4th down and 6th sack by Tyson Beckles is huge, but there's still 2 minutes, 59 seconds left to go in this half. And Skyline again gets the ball at halftime. So if they're able to make something happen now in the next 2 minutes and 59 seconds and then get the ball back, they're gonna, they're not out of the game by any means. And the kicker didn't like the ball, and he's getting a new one. Eunice. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. The ball, I don't know if it wasn't the right ball or.
Well, they didn't want to be accused of Deflategate, Sean.
Well, I mean, I when you're on offense, you use your footballs, right? And then I guess you probably have Skyline has their footballs. I don't know. Interesting. Nonetheless, Highland's going to kick off here. And that's going to be a touchback. And I think that's going to be a weapon.
Definitely, that's a field switcher, game changer for Highland. Again, Highland special teams. There's a reason why IdahoSports.com in their kind of top 10 players on each kind of category position exactly. Highland had 2. Special teams is really strong for Highland, and that's the difference between a state champ and a runner-up or a quarterfinalist.
Well, close games, special teams play such an important role. I couldn't agree more. And 2:59 to go in the second quarter. Highland's ahead 21-12. Skyline's going to take over on the offensive side of the ball here on the 20-yard line. Carmine Garcia in the shotgun. Monty Morell's going to take the handoff. He's going to find a little room, and he's going to try to go through a guy, and this time the gang tackling of Highland brings him down.
Morrell, the ball carrier, picks up 11 yards on the play. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
And
Eunice with the stop for the Rams.
Eunice, the kicker, with the stop there. So 21 of Highland, who does the kickoff duties. Eunice with the stop there. And it's no easy feat to stop Amani Morell.
Especially when he gets downhill and he gets that second level. But yeah, good stop there by 21.
Carmine Garcia in the shotgun. Man in motion is going to fake the handoff. Garcia's going to take it, and he's going to be eaten up again by the Highland defense, and the Highland defense starting to pick up steam.
That stop led by number 52, Justice Harding.
And number 52, Justice Harding from Highland, led the stop there. And Highland kind of starting to zone in on the defense here, Joel.
Yeah, Highland's rush defense has played really well in this, and basically in the second quarter, Sean, when these drive stoppers have kind of emerged, it's been because of this rush defense.
All right, 2nd and 9, 1:44 to go. The ball in the 32. Skyline needs some yards, and a huge pick up and tackle by
brought down. That's Brennan Carlson.
Brennan Carlson lifts him up and takes him home. You know, Highland's keying in on those screen passes now.
Yep.
They've got a player kind of almost spying right there, and Carlson was right there, and it goes back a yard, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 now for Skyline. Now, Skyline's offense is it's not finding the holes that they were earlier. So big 3rd down, I think, for Skyline here. 3rd and 10 on the 31. Garcia in the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. He's got Morell in the flat. He's going to stiff arm. He's going to be brought down. It's not going to be enough.
That pass is complete to Morell. Taken down by Chase Swigert.
Chase Swigert. Now, his name hasn't come up, but Chase Swigert is another great defensive player for the Highland Rams.
Morell picks up 8 yards. That brings up a 4th and 2 for the Grizzlies.
So 4th and 2 for the Grizzlies. 53 seconds, and they're trying to hurry up and sneak it here. And they're going to give it to Morell, Monty Morell, and he's not going to get it.
Morell, the ball carrier, stopped short.
So Skyline lined up really quick to try to sneak it, and Tyson Beckles in on that one again. He's the 4th down dynamite for the Highland Rams, and it's a turnover again. So with 53 seconds left to go, Tyson Beckles with another stop to turn over on downs. And 48 seconds, and the Highland Rams have a chance to put some more points on before halftime.
Yeah, the problem when you don't have a decent punter, special teams, when you're not trusting special teams, you got to go for it. You get stopped, and suddenly you give their team great field position.
Hymas in the shotgun.
Nice block.
He's going to roll and almost picked off, but it's going to be caught by Ridge Barella. And
pass is complete to Ridge Barella.
Barrera
Picks up about 50
kind of was
yards
just
on the
waiting
play.
for that
1st and
pass,
10.
and the Skyline defender almost got there. Barrera is speedy. You can't give him any room. But that's going to be a 1st down for Highland all the way up to the 26. And the Rams are not taking their foot off the gas right now.
Great block by Jackson Riddle.
Yeah, Skyline is so dangerous. If I'm Highland, I keep pushing, like you said, keep the foot on the gas and go score before the half ends.
So 1st and 10 from the 26. Hymas is going to roll to his left. He's going to take it. He's going to break out. Nice block, but he's going to be just short. Cyrino coming back, the tight end, to make a nice block.
That picks up a 1st and goal for the Rams.
So it's going to be 1st and goal with hardly any time going off the clock. 37 seconds. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. The Rams looking to extend their lead. And Drew Hymas has been, for me, kind of the star of the show right now for this Highland offense.
Yeah, Drew Hymas, man, showing some speed there and getting the outside, evading all kinds of tacklers.
They're going to hand it off to Rich Barrera. Barrera's going to be tackled. There's a flag on the field. I think he was looking to pass.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a little double pass there.
And if the fans can remember, I think if you go way back to when they played Rigby, that was a play. Rich Barrera threw a touchdown off a similar play, but looks like this is going to come back.
Yeah, well, last week against
Skyline.
Against Skyline, sorry, yeah. Utah Skyline, yeah. They did Rich Barrera had a throwing touchdown.
First and goal from the 19-yard line.
So that penalty is going to bring it back to first and goal on the 19-yard line. 32 seconds, and I think we've got a timeout on the field. And we'll take it with them. Highland 21, Skyline 12, 32 seconds left in the first half.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night at Lookout Field here in Pocatello, Idaho, as the Skyline Grizzlies of Idaho Falls come down to play the Highland Rams of Pocatello. And now we're getting the call after a timeout. So now it's first down from the 19. Okay, second down. Second down and 15 from the 15, and now we've got another flag. And
Sideline warning called against the Grizzlies.
a warning against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, sideline warning against
Sideline
against the
warning.
coaches.
So Hymas in the shotgun. He's going to get rocked. The pass is off and caught by Kai Callan for the 20-yard touchdown. Oh, no good. Oh, they're going to say he didn't come down with it. What did you see, Joel?
I thought it was completed, but also his body was pretty shadowed. His body shadowed the ball, so I don't know how they saw it, but incomplete. That's the call.
Yeah, right down there in that corner, there's a couple photographers, and Drew Hymas got rocked as he was throwing that ball, and ball was right on target to Kai Callan, but he must have hit the ground. I couldn't quite see, so regardless, 3rd and 15 from the 15. 26 seconds left to go. Drew Hymas is going to roll to his right, looking for blockers, and he's just going to go out of bounds after about 2 yards. And they're going to go for the field goal. I can hear the Highland coaching team calling for it. So probably just ran it over to get it to the hash mark that Eunice likes it from. So a 23-yard field goal attempt with 20 seconds left to go. The kick is up, and it's good.
That field goal is good.
And that had plenty of air, Sean. Plenty of length. That could have gone another 10, 15 yards.
Zarek Eunice.
Zarek Eunice.
Highland Rams
with a 23-yard field goal. Give the Rams a 24-12 lead here in the second quarter. We got 15 seconds left for Highland to kick off, which I'm guessing it's going to be a touchback unless they try to, come up with something here with just 15 seconds. But
Highland's been playing aggressive, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they try a little pooch kick and force them to run. Maybe force a turnover there. But if you want to play it safe, yeah, you have the kicker, you have the leg, get out of the end zone, touchback, and force them to kneel it or to make some Hail Mary play before the half.
Yeah, so here we go. 24-12, 15 seconds left to go in the first half of action. The Highland Rams have the lead. Gate City game night here at Lookout Field. And the lights are starting to come on to have Thursday night lights. And we'll see what Skyline elects to do here with 15 seconds. And the first time of my broadcasting career, I've been right. Touchback.
Touchback. First and 10 on the 20.
And just kind of a reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll go over what happened. We'll have the Next Steps Idaho halftime show. We'll go over kind of that first half recap. I think there's maybe one other game going on in Idaho tonight. So we don't have too much. We don't have the Friday night flash. Maybe our intern has the Thursday night flash rolling. But with 15 seconds to go in the second quarter, Amani Morrell's going to run it, and he's going to find some room. And he's going to get about a 16-yard gain there as Morrell on the carry.
17 yards on the play.
But the time will stop for just a moment
Grizzlies.
as the Grizzlies take a timeout with 9 seconds. We'll take it real quickly with them.
Well, is Irmac really the best hospital for pediatric care? I mean, aren't all ERs the same?
Not all ERs are the same. Irmac's ER has been delivering high-level clinical care for over 3 decades. As a Level 2 trauma and burn center, Irmac is well equipped to handle pediatric injury and illness. All Irmac ER nurses have higher level pediatric certifications, and that's just not common in all ERs. And this expertise and experience is found only at Irmac.
Welcome back in to Gate City game night here at Lookout Field. A beautiful evening in Pocatello as the sun sets, and as the sun kind of sets on the first half of play. And we've got a really good game here as Highland is ahead 24-12. Skyline Garcia is going to pass it out. He's going to try to get out of bounds, and he will. He'll pick up the first down.
That pass is complete and forced out of bounds by Tyson Beckles.
And Tyson Beckles' name has been ringing from the PA announcer tonight for Highland. So 3 seconds left. Skyline trying to make something happen. I mean, again, they'll get the ball after halftime, but if they could figure a way out to get something going here, that would be helpful. I mean, really anything positive. Their offense kind of had a little hard time in the later halves of the second quarter.
Yeah, offense has definitely sputtered. Highland has shown that they can make those stops. So, yeah, get some positive momentum as you go into the half.
So it looks like maybe just one last play here as Carmine Garcia's in the shotgun. He's going to go out to the flat and try to get outside. And
that pass is complete.
That's going to be it at halftime. Your score here at Lookout Field on Gate City game night is Highland Rams 24, Skyline Grizzlies 12. And we'll have the halftime show coming up for you right after this. IdahoSports.com.
Make the
Primetime
memories of
options?
this game last
Oh,
a
we can do that second
lifetime.
half.
By downloading the digital game
But now
file
you
of
gotta
this
read the,
contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes
Yep,
involved.
I can
Just click
recap,
the
'cause
Order
I
Now
kinda
button for more details.
Semi-good notes.
Yeah, perfect.
An Idaho-based credit
Maybe I'll
union
just
is
recap
leading the
all the
way in
scoring.
community
Sure.
initiatives
And then
and charitable
give some
partnerships.
analysis.
Hot takes.
Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through
Oh, so
two
we gotta
strong
run the mech
initiatives,
thing after the
Lookout
halftime.
Credit
Right.
Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community.
Do that up.
To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Anything that stuck out to you?
Dear exit strategy. All your pieces are in place.
Like,
The
obviously,
Highland defense
I think that's the difference.
really turned it
Thanks
up.
for being
Skyline's
there
was,
when I need you most.
Kinda doing what
Always
they wanted, and
Toyota
Skyline's still just
SUVs.
doing
Toyota.
these short little,
Let's go places.
A lot of stuff is
Taking the
happening
hard
there,
path
like,
isn't always easy.
Highland's
It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the East Idaho Prepcast covers
got
every
those big
inch of
guys up
District
front.
5 and District
I mean,
6
they're-
activities
no,
in
what do
Idaho.
they have,
Just think about this. The Highland
you got-
Ram cheerleaders won their
was it?
14th 5A
Yeah,
title
O-line
in
returns
the
4
past
starters.
15 seasons.
And you got this Atticus
And then they
Furman,
went
who's
on
a
to
top
win the
OL in
national
Idaho. Use those
competition in
guys, go through the
California.
middle. Get
Hosted
those
by
holes
Sean
opened
King,
up through
the
the
East
middle.
Idaho Prepcast features the
But I
biggest
don't know,
stories
probably seen
happening
something
in
or not.
your
Obviously, I
area.
don't
Just go to
coach, but I
IdahoSports.com
feel like, yeah,
and
you
click
wanna use your
Prepcasts
guys
in the
in the
menu
middle.
to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I have my seatbelt on.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome into the Next Steps Idaho halftime show. Thinking about what's next for your career or education? Next Steps Idaho can help bring you closer to the life you want to lead. Well, welcome in to the Next Step halftime show. IdahoSports.com, Gate City Game Night, Highland versus Skyline. Your halftime score is Highlands 12, Highlands 24, Skyline's 12. I was thinking a little bit at halftime, and they just announced the Highland band putting on a great performance here. You can kind of see it through the Next Steps halftime logo, but you know, Highland lost their band room, lost all their instruments, and they're, you know, from the tragic fire it happened last spring, but they're back here full of instruments and full of pride, and you just really have to take your hats off to the Highland High School student body, staff, teachers, and, you know, just a big shout out to AD Travis Bell, who was here at Lookout, pretty much doing it all. He said AD from Pocatello High School, Robert Parker, was here helping him, but of course Pocatello has some volleyball, some soccer going on, and came over and helped them. And you know, just what a great show of community by the two ADs. But you know, Travis Bell just making sure everything was ready to go here for his Highland Rams football team. So hats off to him, but really hats off to Highland, the football team. As we look through what happened in the first half of action, well, the game starts off with Skyline kicking off the Highland in the first play of the game. Jackson Riddle of Highland fumbles, putting Skyline in scoring position, and after a couple of plays, Amani Morrell takes a 1-yard touchdown at 9:10 left to play, and then Highland gets the ball back, and they have a nice offensive set, and Jackson Riddle runs it in for a 6-yard touchdown with 5:02 left to go in the first quarter. Skyline gets the ball back still in the first quarter, and Amani Morrell turns a nice little screen pass into a 60-yard run, and then Alex Dennert with a TD for Skyline, and then Highland with the ball in the first quarter still, and Drew Hymas hits a huge 60-yard bomb to Ridge Barrera for a touchdown. And then we're into the second quarter, and at 8:19 in the second quarter, Skyline throws an interception. Highland takes over, but Skyline holds the defense. Highland has to punt. Skyline gets the ball back. Kind of slow going on offense, and it's 4th down and 6, and what happens, Joel?
Sackaroonie, Sean. Huge sack from the outside. Tyson Beckles comes in hot, almost untouched. Gets the sack, turnover on downs, and gives Highland awesome field position to set up what comes next.
Yeah, so Tyson Beckles with a huge sack. They get the ball back. One play, Jackson Riddle runs it for 3 yards. Second play of the drive, Drew Hymas takes it for 35 yards for another Highland Ram touchdown. Skyline is unable to come up with anything on the next drive because they come up with another 4th down. They hurry up to try to catch Highland off guard, and Amani Morrell gets the run off, just not enough. And guess who tackles him?
Tyson Beckles, the 4th down cork.
Yeah,
stopping
Tyson
everything.
Beckles gets the tackle. Highland is able to come up with a field goal, a 23-yard field goal to pretty much end the first half and the second quarter, and gives Highland a 24-12 lead. Let me catch my breath, and Joel, tell us what you got.
Yeah, I think Highland, there's no mystery that Highland is a perennial 5A this year, right? They have big goals, Sean, and tonight, maybe some of you didn't see them last week because they were playing against Skyline, Utah, but hopefully you're seeing tonight why a lot of folks are so high on Highland. A lot of us at IdahoSports.com feel like they're a little bit under the radar.
Well, that was me.
But no more. I think Brandon agreed with you on that East Idaho Prepcast. There is no doubt now that Highland is for real. They're up 24-12 at the half. They had obviously some great offensive possessions, but their defense has really turned up the notch and has stalled this just powerful Skyline offense. Talk about Skyline for a little bit. They lost a lot of starters, a lot of seniors, but they come back and just maybe not just as good, but can still be really powerful, and that kind of offense is being stopped and is being stopped by this Highland defense. So Highland for real, Sean.
Yeah, I thought in the second quarter, Highland's defense made a lot of good adjustments. They had the cornerbacks kind of sink in closer to their line of scrimmage to kind of stop those screen out wide passes, or what Skyline kind of does is Carmine Garcia takes the shotgun pass, kind of reads the defense. He could throw, he could hand off, or he could run it. And a lot of times he's kind of checked down to that throw into the flat, and Highland's kind of they know it's coming now, and they've went in on it. And both teams played Utah teams last week. Both teams came away with a win. So nice job. I think, the story for me is second quarter, the Highlands defense really picked up.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the keys of the game for their defense was matching the Grizzlies' speed. Grizzlies have a good quarterback, obviously. Skill positions are athletic. So Coach mentioned they wanted to eliminate those big plays and gang tackle. And like you said, they turned it up in that second quarter. Adjusted well, made some great stops, and that's why Skyline only has 12 points.
Yeah, the second quarter, no scoring for Skyline. Now, maybe some teams you would think Highland might run away with this, but Skyline, they're the 4A 3 in a row, three-peat defending state champions. I know in the back of their minds, their goal is to get that fourth one. Not many have went 4 in a row, if any, if I am mistaken, but maybe way back. But man, 4 in a row would be great in the 4A, and also, you kind of get the feeling like all the adversity Highlands went through since spring to now, they're just happy to be playing football in Pocatello.
Yeah,
wherever it is.
Exactly, and they've practiced everywhere. And as you know, football, a lot of equipment, a lot of moving parts, and the fact that they've had to move around to just practice is just really shows the grit and the determination of this team to keep playing at that high level and not let anything deter them.
Yeah, a big thing for a lot of teams is on Thursday's practice, sometimes you don't put on the pads. You do a walkthrough, and if it's and you're practicing at home, and if you have a home game, you kind of got that tradition of doing your walkthrough on your home field, feeling what you're going to do, the places, where the divots are and all that, and Highland hasn't had that, and you just got to tip your hats to them for what they're able to do this season, with the tragedy of the fire. They've come back. I see a lot of shirts in the crowd that say they're back and better than ever, and I don't always agree with what a t-shirt says, but I kind of do there. So at halftime, your halftime score is 24-12, Highland ahead. Thanks for watching the Next Steps halftime show, thinking about what's next for your career education. Next Steps Idaho can bring you closer to the life you want to lead. We'll take a few commercial breaks and be back for second half action right after this.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the East Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 5 and District 6 activities in Idaho.
Just think about this. The Highland Ram cheerleaders won their 14th 5A title in the past 15 seasons, and then they went on to win the national competition in California.
Hosted by Sean Kane, the East Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at IRMAC. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapist at IRMAC taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to IRMAC.
Well, is IRMAC really the best hospital for pediatric care? I mean, aren't all ERs the same?
Not all ERs are the same. IRMAC's ER has been delivering high-level clinical care for over 3 decades. As a Level 2 trauma and burn center, IRMAC is well equipped to handle pediatric injury and illness. All IRMAC ER nurses have higher-level pediatric certifications, and that's just not common in all ERs. And this expertise and experience is found only at IRMAC.
Good evening and welcome back to Lookout Credit Union Field and Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com for the start of this second half. Skyline Grizzlies visiting the Highland Rams here at Lookout Credit Union Field. Of course, as you can see down there on your screen, Highland Rams up 24-12 on the Skyline Grizzlies at the start of the third quarter. It's great to have you with us. My name is Joel Richardson. I'm joined in the broadcast booth, actually on the roof of the broadcast booth, Sean. Great view tonight with my East Idaho expert himself, Sean, not part of the group text, but still part of the team. Kane, what's up, Sean?
You know, it's hard being the talent, Joel. You take all the criticism, but no, it's good. What a great game we've got here tonight, and 2 great teams, two teams. I'll make another bold prediction. I could see both these teams playing late in the fall. Both these teams. Skyline, a 4A team, Highland, a 5A team. Man, and the thing comes to mind too is both these schools come from very tough divisions, right? I think the 4A division in District 6 where Skyline plays is going to be tough. You've got Skyline, you've got Hillcrest, which we saw last week, Joel, and I don't think Hillcrest is anything to say, write anything away from. And you've got Hillcrest, and you've got a young Blackfoot team that almost beat Emmett last week up in Emmett, and Emmett, normally a strong program coming second and sometimes beating a very dominant Bishop Kelly team. So, and then you've got the Highland Rams with Rigby, the previous state champions. You've got a strong Madison team. 3 really tough teams in that conference. So, both these teams have the pedigree, they have the players. Can they put it together and get that blue trophy?
Yeah, and of course, as we get set to kick off, like you said, Highland in that really tough conference, and Skyline trying to four-peat this year as 4A state champs. Highland, they've gotten to the playoffs, but they've gotten stopped short a couple times. Might this be the year? It's a great start, as last week they beat Skyline from Utah, and so far they are leading the Skyline Grizzlies from Idaho Falls. 24-12, Eunice kicks it out through the end zone, so that'll be a touchback, and we'll start on the 20-yard line. Going south to north here at Lookout Credit Field. Of course, this is where Pocatello plays, Sean, the Pocatello Thunder. This is their home field. But as we talked about during the halftime show, Highlands Field still getting returfed, almost done though. And so Pocatello was gracious enough to allow let Highland in and let Highland play this game here on Thursday night game night on IdahoSports.com. So quarterback in the shotgun, takes the snap and hands it off to the right side. Plenty of blocking, and it's got some space. He's going to try to beat his man. He gets to the outside, still running, 30-20 fun. He gets tackled out of bounds at about the 18-yard line.
Zion Crockett with the carry, brought down by Derek Eunice.
And that was number 5, Zion Crockett. What a great run. I wanted to say Amani Morel, Sean, but that was Zion Crockett. Amazing run, getting to the outside. Some great blocking up front by the big dogs. Huge first down play, and 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line.
Yeah, Zion Crockett was involved heavily in that first half, and he's kind of like their Kai Callan or Ridge Barrera, kind of their speed guy. They put him in motion a lot. So great run there.
Carmine Garcia in the shotgun. Hands it off again, straight up the middle. Met by a bevy of tacklers, and he'll still get 4 yards, Sean.
Yeah, nice job. And, you know, we talked about this in our pre-half kind of game show.
As some of you may have heard.
We kind of thought Skyline just needed to run the ball more.
Yeah, we've talked about using those big guys up front. They have 4 returning starters on the offensive line. Use those guys and get some positive yards. So far, so good, Sean. Skyline 2nd and 6. He pulls, he gets tackled after maybe a gain of 1. That was Carmine Garcia, tries to do the keeper. Quarterback decision there on the run, but he's taken down by Kai Callan. Nice tackle there by Callan to focus on whoever had the quarterback. Great read there.
Yeah, Kai Callan is going to fill that space. If the quarterback or the running back thinks they have room to run, Kai Callan is going to close very quickly. Maybe one of the quickest DBs out there in football right now.
Skyline huddles, and it'll be third and 5 after that 1-yard gain. Here, see what they cook up here. Carmine Garcia takes the snap, hands it off to the right side, outside, and he's not going to get there. Oh, he gets through. Looks like he was tackled and then suddenly he popped through.
It'll be interesting to see where they spot this ball, and I think it's going to be short.
That's a 3-yard gain for the Grizzlies.
So Monty Morell with the 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up 4th and 2. And Skyline now, they've gone for, this is their 3rd time going for in a row after that kind of muffed extra point on the hike. They haven't gone for any field goals. Every 4th down they've had, they've gone for it. So playing aggressive football, let's see if it pays off this time, Sean. Under center. Carmine Garcia under center. He's got Morell behind him. Pitch to the outside. And he's met by tacklers, and he is not going to make it. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Great tackle by Highland.
Hudson John, 34 of Highland, got in there quickly, and it is going to be short.
Yeah, I was wondering why we were paused. I guess they were kind of looking. They're not going to bring out the chains and measure, but it looked to me from here that it was short. And sure enough, short. Another stop by the Highland defense, Sean.
So 3 fourth down shutdowns by Highland. If man, you know, we have to think of an IdahoSports.com player of the game, and the Highland defense is saying, don't always be giving it to the offense players, Idaho Sports.
You'll have to give it to the entire defense there. Nice run up the middle for a short, for a long gain. Starting there about the 9-yard line, going north-south. Jackson Riddle picks up 8 yards on the play. So they'll bring up 2nd and 2, 8:36 to play. Clock continues to run. Highland up 24-12 on the Skyline Grizzlies. It's great to have you with us here on this Thursday night, Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. From wherever you're watching, it's a pleasure to bring this game to you. 2 powerhouses from different classifications as we have a nice first down run from Jackson Riddle again. So, you know, that first fumble, Sean, no problem. No problem for Jackson Riddle. Some jitters, fumbles the ball, but since then has been locked down on the runs.
And Jackson Riddle got hurt last year, and you just can't think of if Highland would have had him for the full season, would the results been different? A couple close games in the Boise Valley, so yeah, nice to have him back and rolling.
Hand off to the far left side, and he's brought down quickly. Great defensive stop there by Skyline. Riddle gets maybe a yard on the play, bringing up 2nd and 9 with 7:34 to play in this third quarter.
Yeah, both defense have been tightening it up. I would say Skyline's defense is tightening it up. Highland's found just a couple holes, and Highland's defense is really just tightened down.
Yeah, on that last drive, Skyline, when they were on offense, they really needed the score there to make sure they stay in this game. Obviously they still are. They're only down 12, but Highland here would really like to work this clock, milk this clock, and keep Skyline's offense off the field. Shotgun, it's going to be an option to the right side, near side. He's got a few blockers, but then he's met no tackle there. Breaks the tackle or completely.
And guess who it is?
Yeah, Tyson. Oh.
Tyson Beckel.
Tyson Beckles.
So kind of his first roll in on the offensive side today.
So Tyson Beckles transfers from Pocatello to Highland and playing some great snaps this game, both on defense and offense. A nice option there. And Tyson Beckles, he received that hit but was able to stay on his feet and get another 4 or 5 yards. So great offensive play there by Highland. Find themselves on the 49-yard line, 1st and 10. 44-yard line, excuse me. Another handoff play to Beckles. And he'll be stopped, but not after a 4-yard gain.
Beckles with the carry.
So Highland doing probably exactly what we discussed, trying to milk this clock and keep Skyline's offense off the field. 6:18 to play, Sean.
Yeah, and we didn't see Beckles really in on the offensive side in the first half.
Correct.
And nice job by the Highland Ram coaching staff to kind of keep that there in their pocket now to mix it up a little bit. And what a good combination of running backs for the Rams.
Jackson Riddle on the left hip of quarterback Drew Hymas. Drew Hymas takes the snap, another option play. He's got 2 Skyline defenders right there, but he's able to break through.
Pitch out to Jackson Riddle. No gain on the play.
And Riddle won't get a gain on the play. Looks like Highland player down. That's 73 Bruce Gallo. Bruce Gallo, who's we talked about him at the pre-game show. Bruce Gallo's got few looks from universities, and hopefully he's okay as he continues to stay down.
Yeah, nice job by Corbin Lancaster, number 0 of Skyline, to get in there. And you talked about it, Joel. The Skyline staff says we want to be fast, and the Skyline linebackers, and they're fast. They get in there.
Bruce Gallo's on his feet.
Limping a little bit, but
yeah.
on his own power there. Nice. We have the Portneuf Medical Center here. They're in all the high schools here in Pocatello, Century, and Pocatello and Highland, and so that we've got a great staff of trainers on hand at pretty much every sporting event. So nice job by them.
Do a great job taking care of our student athletes here in Pocatello, keeping them healthy, and when injuries unfortunately happen in football, try to take care of them before they can get that extra medical care. So 3rd and 5 on the 49-yard line, 5:41 to play in this third quarter of action. Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Highland Rams currently leading the Skyline Grizzlies. 3rd and 5. Quarterback takes the snap. Run to the right side. And he's going to get the first down, but there's a flag about the 50-yard line, and that might be coming back for a hold. But I've been wrong almost on every call tonight, Sean.
Yeah, when I started, and you're right that time.
Got one for 10 tonight, Sean.
When I started broadcasting, I would always go, "Oh, that looked like," and then I just decided I'm just going to wait. I'm going to just go flag.
Rookie mistakes.
Because I obviously don't know the calls as well as the referees, and so glad we have referees, and
definitely
always hard to get them out there, and I'm so thankful that they're here tonight on a Thursday, and maybe some of them will be back out here tomorrow night.
Might see them tomorrow night. Pocatello Ridgeview, and looks like timeout for Skyline. We're going to talk about it a little bit, and we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. We just had a nice long run play by Drew Hymas, but it was a hold back at about the 40-yard line, so they're going to walk that one back. Sorry you missed that one, but really nice QB run. Kind of went through the middle and got some nice blockers, Sean, but hold.
Yeah, and, you know, if you had any, you know, bad comments about Highland right now, is a couple penalties, a costly one that led to a touchdown for Skyline. And now this one's going to bring it way back. So right now penalties kind of biting Highland Rams.
Highland on the 32-yard line with 4:55 to go in this third quarter. Continue to lead Skyline Grizzlies 24-12. Of course, Rams 5A, Skyline 4A. These teams met last year, and Skyline won that game by 8 points. Highland takes the snap. Drew Hymas, little toss play, but that's going to go incomplete, just throws it away. Good defense there by Skyline. Broken play for Highland.
Nice one-handed catch by head coach Nick Sorrell.
Nick Sorrell showing that football town ISU player.
Great baseball coach. You know, second year here as the head coach for the Rams, but
Long-time coach before that.
Yeah, about 20 years, I believe, with the Rams. So no stranger to Highland.
That's going to bring up 4th and long. So Drew Hymas is going to punt, and that ball is going to bounce back. But fumbled by Skyline. Skyline tried to pick it up off the bounce, but fumbles the ball, and Highland will recover inside the 20-yard line. Brutal mistake by Skyline special teams on the punt return. Tries to pick it up off the bounce, which when it works, it can be really, really good.
It looks like
really helpful, but yes.
Dalen Ford comes up with that recovery for Highland, number 18. So nice job there. Big hit, and then coming up.
Yeah, great heads-up play by Highland's Ford to get that hit on the punt returner who tried to pick it up off the bounce, fumbles the ball, he gets hit, and Ford picks up the fumble. We're on the 19-yard line. Highland takes over after that special teams muff by Skyline. It looks like we got a flag false start, and again, penalties, Sean. They're going to go back 5 yards.
Yeah, so, you know, we went from a first half of kind of smooth to this third quarter is a little more not as rhythmatic, right? We've got a lot more penalties. We got more flags. We got a timeout. We'll probably take it with them.
Yeah, it was no false start. It was a timeout. So we'll take it with them. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Thursday night game night here at Lookout Credit Field. And I just heard the Highland defense. They were watching that replay, Sean, of the punt return, the muffed punt return, and the group around the TV went, "Oh!" all together. So nice play there. Highland takes over at the 19-yard line. QB run there by Drew Hymas, but he's going to run out of real estate and run out of bounds. While we have a second, we'll recognize the sponsor, Primetime Auctions. Primetime Auctions is a proud supporter of local high school athletics and wants to wish everyone a fun and safe season. Primetime Auctions is the best place to bid online for anything you can think of. vehicles, equipment, estate, antiques, and even real estate. Primetime auctions. So 2nd and about 5 on the 15-yard line. Drew Hymas takes the snap. We'll do a QB sneak up the middle, and he's going to be tackled at the 6-yard line, and we'll get the first down. That's going to bring up 1st and goal for Highland's offense. 4:14 to play. Highland knocking on the door. And Highland, Sean, I don't want to speak too soon, so maybe I just won't say anything. But if Highland scores here, going to be really hard for Skyline Grizzlies to come back.
Yeah, this could be crunch time here for the Grizzlies for sure.
Hymas takes the snap, hands it off, up the middle, and he's going to be in for 6. Touchdown, Highland. Jackson Riddle with the run right up the middle, using those hogs up front, gets a great hole. And Highland is on the board once again, 30-12, with 3:46 to play in the 3rd quarter. Extra point pending.
Yeah, nice run, going back to their bread and butter of kind of that option. Either Drew Hymas is going to take it or Jackson Riddle's going to take it, and Riddle took it, and it's a touchdown and extra point good.
Extra point good. So Highland now leads Skyline Grizzlies 31-12 with 3:46 to play in the 3rd quarter. And if you're, go ahead, Sean.
I was just going to say, that all starts with defense, right? Another Highland gets another stop on 4th down, but then Skyline is able to force, Highland into a 4th down situation, and probably something that's not going to be talked about on the stats is, but Drew Hymas' punt is a great punt. It goes behind the returners a little bit, so they have to back up. The ball bounces, and once it bounces, Highland comes in and lays a big hit, comes up with a fumble recovery, which leads to 7, and a big lead now for the Rams at 31-12. And that was Ford on that fumble. Dalen Ford with that fumble recovery.
So Riddle's got 2 touchdowns on the night, Sean. That first touchdown, of course, coming in the 1st quarter. It was a 6-yard touchdown. And then Riddle, with 3:46 to play in the 3rd quarter, gets his 2nd touchdown on the night, another 6-yarder. And the punt's going to go up, and that's going to be recoverable. Nice run there on the outside. Finally gets pushed out of bounds. A good kickoff return by number 1 Hamilton Woodruff, the 5'10 senior for Skyline. So Sean, your Skyline's offense, you're down 31-12. What do you do here to get some momentum to get a quick score as there's 33-41 to play in the 3rd?
Well, what worked at the first. You kind of had a good mix of run and pass, and I think they just got to kind of get some first downs and then go from there. Just kind of get something positive, get some first downs, lean on your guys, lean on Garcia, Morel, get that running game going again, and then maybe look for a shot, down the field. But most of their passes have been of the 5-yard variety. They might have to start looking at taking some slants down the middle or maybe a fly down the sideline. But at some point, I think, the Highland DBs are sitting in now for those short passes, and maybe you look to extend the field a little bit.
I like those calls. Carmine Garcia out to lead his team. They got 5 wide, starting on the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, 3:41 to play. Whatever Skylines does, they need to do it quickly. Handoff, and that's going to be a short gain of a couple yards. And that was Tyson Beckles with the stop. Tyson Beckles just getting some really good snaps in this in the 2nd game of his career with Highland.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7, 3:19 to play, 31-12. Highland leading Skyline. Beautiful night here. We're up on top of the roof in the on top of the broadcast booth. Just a great late summer evening, Sean.
Got a little smoke coming in from something. Little haze.
Handoff. No, it's a fake handoff, and the quarterback will keep it. Trying to get past his blockers, and he does, but eventually runs out of real estate. But not before getting that first down.
See, I like that. I like Skyline going back to that kind of run-first mentality. You know, have Garcia read it from the shotgun, whether he's going to take it or he's going to hand it off to one of the running backs. And, you know, use your quarterback. Use that quarterback vision, get some smart plays.
So they'll start at the 37-yard line after that first down.
And you know, they just blew the whistle, and I always think there is a flag when it's over here, because if you zoom in here, you've got that great lookout logo on the field.
Yes.
And so when that yellow lookout logo is by someone's foot, it looks like a flag.
2:49 to play. There was a bit of a concern with the clock, but looks like we're good to go. Carmine Garcia gets a man in motion, hands off to that man to the left side. After jumping around, finally is met by some tacklers, and he'll be stopped after about a 4-yard gain, bringing up 2nd and 6. And that was Amani Morel on the run. Zion Crockett, excuse me, on the run. So both Zion Crockett and Amani Morel having some nice runs tonight. Some nice offense, something that Skyline, if they end up losing this game, can hang their hat on. That their rushing game was really quite strong, but Highland just a little bit more rush defense when we got into that second quarter of play. Still plenty of time for Skyline to march this ball down the field. 31-12, 2:03 to play.
Yeah, I like Highland's defense, though. They're finding those holes.
A nice play up the middle like you were calling, Sean, but that's going to be short. Pass intended for number 5, Zion Crockett. So after Crockett had that run play, he was targeted on the throw, but just short. He was open, but Carmine Garcia just not enough on that ball.
Yeah, that was the play I was looking for. I think they had it. He was open. Crockett was open. Tubbs couldn't find him. Miami Vice reference. Crockett and Tubbs, no?
I got nothing.
Dating myself.
I got nothing. Is this old Miami Vice or new Miami Vice?
Old, like old
Miami
80s,
Vice.
yeah.
I gotta go back and watch 80s Miami Vice.
Tubbs to
I'm
Crockett.
like, who's Tubbs?
Oh, come on.
3rd and 5 on the 42-yard line. Skyline needs a first down in these next 2 plays. And that's gonna be a play caught up the middle, and he's going 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, jumps into the end zone. And that's Hamilton Woodruff, the senior wide receiver. Sean better go coach Skyline, because that was a play call straight from up here from East Idaho expert himself. A nice slant play. Carmine Garcia hits Hamilton Woodruff in stride. And that's about a 60-yard touchdown throw. 31-18 with the 2-point conversion pending.
Yeah, Skyland's definitely going to probably line up and go for it here, as they do.
Carmine Garcia takes the snap, fake handoff. It's going to be a throw, and that's bobbled, but flags.
Flag on the field.
And maybe a pass interference, Sean?
Yeah, it looked like the hands of the Ram defender, Carlson, number 1, maybe got there a little early, so.
Pass interference against the Rams. Retry.
So we'll retry that 2-point conversion now on the 1-yard line. So wouldn't be surprised if they use their big fellas up front, Sean, and go right up the middle.
Yeah, moving it in just, you know, it's not moving it in a ton, but getting the ball just a little bit closer opens up the playbook, I think, for what kind of weapons Skyline has.
2-point conversion pending, but on the 1-yard line, Carmine Garcia takes the snap. He rolls to his right. He throws. That's completed. Caught for the 2-point conversion is good for Skyline. And just like that, Skyline back in this game. 31-20, Highline Rams leading Skyline with 1:45 to play. Off that 60-yard throw, Sean, to Hamilton Woodruff. great connection from Carmine Garcia after being short on the first throw. They kind of do a similar play, Sean, on the second one, a little bit of a dig route, a little slant, right up the middle, as you said, completed it, and he was off to the races. No one catching him.
Yeah, you know, it's Skyline. They kind of just kept jabbing with the left, and then took the big right hook down the middle of the field for a great touchdown pass. Carmine Garcia threads the needle. Nice ball to Hamilton Woodruff. And it closes this gap when, you know, we've got a ball game here, just 11-point lead.
11-point lead. No lead is safe when you're playing Highland and Skyline. Again, perennial powers in their own classifications, in their own conferences. So Skyline to kick off. Haven't done this in a little bit. Short kick, received at the 20-yard line. And he's going to be eventually tackled at the 30, looks like the 33-yard line. And that was Barella on the return. Again, watching his speed. If I'm a Skyline fan, I'm so worried when Barella gets that ball.
Yeah, if you've ever seen someone do the limbo.
Definitely.
Ridge,
I do know what that is, Sean.
Ridge does it on the field. He gets down, bends. He almost did it right there and escaped. A little limbo action, but tough duo. Like I said, to kick back there to Barella and Kai Callan.
So Drew Hymas in the shotgun takes the snap, hands it off, and tackled in the backfield. Great read by Skyline's defense, and that's going to be either no gain or a loss of 1.
Short loss on the play.
So it'll bring up second and a long 10 on the 32-yard line. So Skyline showing some teeth on defense.
Yeah, Dom Lopez, number 15 of Skyline, was the first one in there. So nice job by him.
11-point ball game, 1:06 to play in the third quarter. Rams 31, Grizz 20. Hymas takes the snap, hands it off to the right side. And he's going to be tackled, but after a nice gain of about 8. We'll bring up third and short on the 38-yard line.
I have to tell you, Joel, I've been extremely impressed with both teams' offensive lines, right? We've talked about them. Both have phenomenal offensive lines, Highlands and Skylines. You know, offensive line, sometimes doesn't get the fanfare, but both these teams, you don't want to have to play against their offensive lines. I'm going to tell you that right now. Both having great games.
Drew Hymas scans the defense, takes the snap on the 3rd and 4. It's going to be a long throw. He's got a man open, and that's incomplete. Just falls incomplete. Right over the ball, went right over his head. Ball falls in his hands, and just incomplete. Those are hard catches. Passes the catch, Sean, but it hit his hands. Hit his hands.
Yeah, Kai Callan is not going to miss many of those balls. It was there. It was on target. I don't know how you overthrow Kai Callan. He is extremely fast, but super close. But that's going to bring up 4th down and the 4th quarter.
And so that's the end of the 3rd quarter. That's going to, like you said, 4th and 4 on the 38. End of the 3rd quarter. Highland 31, Skyline 20. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. You're watching Gate City Game Night, Thursday Night Football on IdahoSports.com.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night here at Lookout Credit Union Field, home of the Pocatello Thunder. But Highland playing host to Skyline Grizzlies. We're at the start of the 4th quarter, 31-20. Highland leading the Skyline Grizzlies. Highland punts it, and they'll let that go out of bounds. Yet another punt, Sean, inside the 20 by Drew Hymas.
Yeah, precision punting, like that alliteration, precision punting.
I love it. I always love a good alliteration.
And yeah, nice job by Drew Hymas. He's able to keep the field position, you know, pretty much on Highland side throughout the game tonight. Either doing it as the quarterback.
That's right.
Or you know what, that didn't work. Let me go out there and punt it and make sure to give my defense a good place to start at.
So 11:55 to play in the fourth quarter. It's been great to have you with us on Thursday Night Football here at IdahoSports.com. Gate City game night. Carmine Garcia comes out with his offense, and we'll see if he can lead yet another touchdown drive with 11:55 to play. Garcia in the shotgun waiting for the 11th player to get out there. And that player goes wide. He's got his running back on his right hip. Handoff to the middle, and he's gonna, well, it's gonna be a short game, but he keeps moving, keeps turning those legs, and that'll be a gain of about almost 7 on the play. He'll bring up second and about 3.
Yeah, so now Skyline with a nice job defensively. They get the turnover on downs for Highland, and now they're, you know, they're going to be playing with the clock a little bit themselves here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if you're Skyline, you don't want to take too much time getting this ball down the field. Want to score quickly. Handoff to number 6, and he misses a couple tacklers. Fonda gets brought down. Great run there by Amani Morel. He'll get a first down, but he's hit hard as he goes down and a little shaken up on the play. Hopefully he's okay.
I think he could run into that boxcar and be fine. Amani Morel is a big dude.
So first down, nice run, good blocking by the big fellas up front. Bring up 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and it's just kind of a weird score, right? Being down by 11, it's kind of a weird number.
When you don't have those extra points, those will bite you as the game goes on, which I think is, you mentioned that in the first quarter. Handoff to the right side, about a 6-yard gain. Nice run there by Zion Crockett. Zion Crockett's he is not technically a running back for the team, Sean.
He's ran a lot.
He's had a lot of runs there as the wide receiver.
Well,
and he's only a sophomore.
He's the lightning to Amani Morel's thunder for sure.
No doubt.
You got a big bruiser who can, you know, get the tackles moving forward, and then you've got Crockett who could come in and kind of sweep it side to side quickly and fill the holes.
Carmine Garcia takes the snap, rolls to his left, gets the incomplete pass. He was wide open, had plenty of space, but probably knew he had so much space and was too focused on taking off and not focused on catching that ball. Catch first, run second.
Yeah, Zion Crockett just looked up before he caught it. So big third down here.
Big third down, 3rd and 4 on the 41-yard line for Skyline Grizzlies. And we have to say, Carmine Garcia, that he was about to get hit hard, and that throw was a little bit underthrown. So kind of a tough catch to bring in, haul in. But it falls incomplete. 3rd and 4. See what Skyline cooks up here. Carmine Garcia in the shotgun. He's got 4 wide. He calls for the running back. He comes through, and that's going to be a first down. Forward progress instituted on that play. And Tyson Beckles with a great stop there to plug up that hole after the nice run by number 5, Zion Crockett.
Grizzlies get enough for a first down, 1st and 10.
There's a great saying that RG3 says on his broadcast. He talks about HBO, help a brother out. And Zion Crockett has definitely done that tonight as the lightning to, as you said, Amani Morel's thunder. Both players playing really well, but I liked how Zion Crockett's been able to run that ball and give Amani Morel a break.
Yeah, they get Crockett in motion, and you've got to watch him and Morel.
Garcia takes the snap, hands it off, and this time it's to Amani Morel. He breaks a number of tackles and takes a couple guys with him, and is at the first down. We'll see if they give it to him. And that'll bring up another first down for Skyline. So Sean, Skyline running this ball, 9:06 to play. Now clock is running, 9:03 to play in the fourth quarter. So again, Skyline moving the ball, but they got to score. I want to score in the next couple minutes, or this game might just get away from them.
Yeah, and I have to keep looking at this roster. Morrell is only a sophomore.
Yep, Morrell, Morrell and Zion Crockett, both sophomores. So great future ahead for these young men. Throw, and that's going to fall incomplete. Kind of had one guy open, one guy wasn't, and that ball went between both of them, but neither of them were watching. So that'll fall incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10 on Highland's 45-yard line. So that does stop the clock, because that clock was rolling, Sean. If I'm Skyline, I'm very wary of those running plays where the clock keeps rolling.
Yeah, at this point, Skyline's got to try to get a score as quickly as they can, I think.
Carmine Garcia, empty backfield, but he does hand it off to Amani Morrell. Morrell gets tackled short of the first down of the line to gang, and he's going to be on the 36-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd and inches, 2nd and 1 on between the 36 and the 35, as you said, Sean, just a couple shoes short of that 35-yard line. Carmine Garcia in the shotgun, hands it off. He goes to the right side, gets a decent block, and that'll be a first down, which will stop the clock for a little bit. 8:02 to play in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and Skyline's offense now trying to hurry up a little bit, being a little more forward thinking on the offensive side. I think they're trying to get it going. So now as the clock runs, they're probably going to get up the line of scrimmage quickly.
Zion Crockett had to come out. He was feeling it, a little hobbly there. Hopefully he's okay. But yeah, Grizzlies feeling that urgency and trying to huddle less and move more. Carmine Garcia in the shotgun. Love that name. Carmine Garcia, great football name. Rolls to his left, far side. He throws. He's got a man open, and that's incomplete. Falls incomplete. May have heard some footsteps coming his way.
Garcia's pass is incomplete.
And can't haul it in. Pass intended for, looks like number 13, Kobe Klein. So not common for Kobe Klein to drop those kind of passes. Wide open, but someone, that DB was coming right for him, ready to lay the wood, so to speak, after that intended catch.
Yeah, had his man, had him open, just couldn't quite haul it in.
And of course, still the second game of the season, still working out some of these early game jitters. So again, Carmine Garcia, empty backfield. We'll see if he motions, and he does. That's going to be a fake handoff, and Carmine Garcia's going to throw, and that's completed. Little slot receiver, a little slant to Kobe Klein after he drops that pass. He gets that pass for the first down, 7:28 to play in this final quarter of play.
Yep, nice job. Yeah, it's kind of what I felt like Skyline needed to do was rely on their strong run game, and then when you've ran it enough, get up there and throw a pass down the middle.
Definitely kind of spread out the defense with the runs and then make a pass. High snap, and it's going to be a broken play, but quarterback Carmine Garcia is going to take it, and he's going to lose a yard or two off the broken play. So the snaps by Skyline Center were a little bit wobbly in that first quarter, but since then they've been pretty consistent, straight to Carmine Garcia's, straight to kind of the chest and the numbers, but we got another kind of high snap there.
Yeah, Garcia had to bring that down with one hand.
Yeah.
So great save there. And then again, broken play, but who comes up with a nice tackle on the quarterback? Tyson Beckles, number 7 for Highland.
Great play. Carmine Garcia runs to his left, throws, and that's almost picked off behind his intended receiver. That was Zion Crockett was the intended receiver. Pass behind him and almost picked off by the Highland DB, but he drops it, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 9 at the 15-yard line. 6:28 to play in this fourth quarter. Highland up 31-20. defense is hanging tight for Highland, but Skyline's trying to get this one in.
Yeah,
and give themselves a chance, Sean.
It looked like number 11 linebacker Colton George was the one that almost came up with that interception for Highland. Nice job there.
And Colton George had a nice game last week against Skyline of Utah. Garcia in the backfield. Gets a man in motion. He throws, and that's tipped at the line. Great defensive play. I believe that tip was by number 72, Trayson Bagley. We called his name a few times tonight, Sean.
Yep, and the person in coverage who almost went back for that again, Colton George, 11 of Highland. But the Highland defense tightening down here in the red zone. So, you know, Skyline hasn't gotten a fourth down yet.
No, they haven't.
So this is, you know, all the other ones we probably said were big ones. This is the biggest.
This is the biggest. No doubt, 4th and 9 on the 15-yard line. This might be the game here, folks, as Highland is up 11. Highlands fans are clapping. This is it for Skyline. 4 wide, excuse me. Carmine Garcia rolls. He has a man open. That falls incomplete. And Highline will take over on downs on the 15-yard line with 6:19 to play in the 4th quarter. So Carmine Garcia throws the incomplete pass, a little bit wobbly on that pass. Intended receiver couldn't haul it in. And Highland will take over with 6:19 to play in this 4th quarter.
Yep, so really just kind of clock management now for Highland. But if Skyline can, you know, force a quick punt here by Highland.
Would love to get maybe a pick 6 or a fumble recovery. They run up the middle, Highland does. And that's a nice positive game, like you said, Sean. Clock management, and great clock management is moving that ball 5-6 yards every play. Getting those easy first downs. Bring up 2nd and 4 on the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough. Highland's done a real good job of, you know, they've had very few throws offensively, really. Being able to run it with either Drew Hymas or Jackson Riddle, and even got Beckles in there at the start of the 3rd quarter.
Drew Hymas, empty backfield. Man in motion, hands off to that man in motion. Missed tackle, and here goes number 5. He's got speed, he's breaking tackles, and he's finally taken down at the 48-yard line. Great run there by Jackson Riddle. Who else for the Highland Rams?
And probably a touchdown saving tackle by number 28, Bennett Southwick of the Skyline Grizzlies. So nice tackle there to save a touchdown, because Jackson Riddle had a full steam ahead.
27-yard run for Jackson Riddle. Will bring up 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line. 5:08 to play in the 4th quarter. Skyline needs a stop here to stay in this ball game. Skyline down 11. Highland takes the snap. And that's handed off in the backfield. Churning those legs and gets a nice gain of about 4 yards. And that was 61 on the carry.
2nd and 6.
That's not right.
It was
Not sure
Jackson
that
Riddle.
It was Jackson Riddle, okay.
Jackson Riddle.
Wasn't sure if that was 61 who was on the bottom of that pile, or if it was Jackson Riddle. So great run there by Jackson Riddle. Kept those legs churning despite those bevy of tacklers bringing him down.
Yeah, he was kind of met at the line of scrimmage and was able to carry it for a few extra.
2nd and 6. 4:19 to play. Hymas takes the snap, hands it off right up the middle. And again, that's number 5, Jackson Riddle, pushing and shoving his way forward for the first down.
Brings up another first down for the Rams.
Rams are on 39-yard line in Skyline territory, and trying to close out this rematch game from last year. Skyline won the first game last year. Little home and home series for these two teams. Of course, Skyline 4A, Highland 5A. Highland closing this one out, trying to close this one out with some clock management, as Sean mentioned earlier. And again, nice positive 5-6 yard run plays is just what the doctor ordered for Highland. Drew Hymas will take the snap and will get back almost to the line of scrimmage.
You got to imagine
3:30 to play, Sean.
Highland has no has no plan probably to throw the ball here.
Definitely.
The way they're able to run it, good push from the offensive line.
And that's what you want, especially late in football games. A number of teams, they talk about wanting to be able to play longer than anybody else. They want to be able to get that fourth quarter push when everyone else is tired, gassed. They want to be hitting their stride in that fourth quarter. And Highland doing that right now as they have all the momentum on there. And 2nd and 10 on the 39-yard line, 2:56 to play, trying to finish this one out. Hymas takes the snap, hands it off, up the middle. He's dragging some tacklers. That's 5. Riddle gets the first down, takes it to the 28-yard line, and that just might do it for the Highland Rams as they will come away
That's a 12-yard gain.
victorious in this Week 2 Thursday night matchup. .2:30 to play. Clock continues to run. 31-20. Highland leading by 11. Of course, that 11, kind of the awkward score Sean mentioned earlier from some missed PATs and a field goal by the Highland Rams. Coaches don't like what they're seeing, and they call a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. 2:06 to play. Drew Hymas takes the snap, direct snap, and he will get
Hymas taken down at the line of scrimmage.
no yards. Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Made by number 9, Kason Smith.
1:52 to play, and if you're Highland, you're okay with that. It was a 1st and 10. That'll bring him 2nd and 10 on the 21-yard line. And as the game closed out, Sean, go ahead.
Oh, it was a nice tackle by Kason Smith of Skyline, number 9. The defensive lineman got in there early, but might not be enough.
Might not be enough with your team down 11, but you want to play for pride and keep playing your hardest. Coaches love seeing that when you're down. What do? Give up or keep playing hard? Jackson Riddle up the middle for a gain of about 6. That'll bring up third, gain of 5, bring up 3rd and 5. 1:06 to play. And Sean, as we close at this game, if you're Skyline, what do you come away with? What positives do you come away with?
Oh man, you can run the ball,
No
right?
doubt.
I mean, Skyline's going to be fine. One team was going to have to come out of here, one with a loss, but I think they'll be fine.
Run up the middle by Riddle, and he's going to get some more positive yards with a first down to the 15-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Rams.
I mean, for Skyline, the game, doesn't matter all that much because it's not your same division, it's not your conference. Of course, it's a lot of pride. You want to beat a top team like Highland, but you also lost to a phenomenal Highland Rams team. So if you're Skyline, I think you feel pretty good.
And Highland will go in the victory formation and will knee this ball and we'll let the clock run out. Some good handshakes from both teams, some good sportsmanship. Love to see that. And a little joking around as one kind of slapped his hand away. They started talking to each other, and obviously we're joshing. But as you said, one team has to come away victorious, one team has to lose. Highland does it. They get the win, 31-20 over the Skyline Grizzlies as the teams line up to shake hands. Great game tonight here on Thursday Night Football, Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. But stay with us. We'll collect some stats, we'll run some commercials, and we'll be right back for a post-game show here on IdahoSports.com. You're watching Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at IRMAC. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapists at IRMAC taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to IRMAC.
Welcome back to Lookout Credit Field here at Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com post-game show as the Highland Rams defeat the Skyline Grizzlies 31-20. Great game, back and forth. A lot of great plays, especially in that second quarter, Sean. Highland showed a lot of teeth on that defense to stop that Grizzly, a lot of those Grizzly offense, those short run plays, those run plays and those short screen plays. Highland defense kind of buckled down and was able to keep that Skyline Grizzly offense from taking off on them.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, both teams came out offensively, were kind of able in the first quarter to do what they wanted, right? And then the second quarter came along, and the Highland defense started to shine and was really able to kind of buckle down and get a lot of stops. And kind of once they took that lead, 14-12, they never looked back.
That's right, and just a little second half game reset. So once we started the second half, there was a little bit of back and forth, but finally Highland Rams punched one in with 3:46 to play in the third quarter. Jackson Riddle, who else, gets a 6-yard touchdown run. That was the second of the night, and that was followed by a great reception by Hamilton Woodruff with 1:45 to play in the third quarter. It was a 60-yard touchdown throw. And of course, before that, it had been an incomplete pass, but then Carmine Garcia hits the man in stride. Woodruff is able to get that 60-yard touchdown throw, but in the end, it wasn't enough for Skyline, as Highland was able to come away 31-20 victorious. Well, Sean, it's time for the IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, sponsored by the Idaho Department of Transportation. And we kind of went back and forth on this. Well, you know what? We didn't really go back and forth. We weren't sure if we were really allowed to do this, but we're doing it anyway because we're the broadcasters tonight. Sean, who is it?
I didn't go back and forth at all. I feel very strongly about this for IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Our player of the game is going to be the whole Highland defense as a whole. We're going Highland defense, and I'm going to tell you why. And it starts with their 4 fourth down stops. In the fourth quarter, Skyline's knocking at the door. If they score there, you know, it's a one-score game. They stop another fourth down, and that's pretty much the game. But they had 4 fourth down stops, an interception, and a fumble recovery that led to a Jackson Riddle touchdown. So this week on, you know, it's a different day. It's Thursday, Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com, and since it's a little special, we're going to go a little special with our player game and give it to the Highland defense.
I love it. Highland defense definitely deserved. We talked about how they were able to kind of buckle down in that second quarter and stop that Skyline Grizzly offense from getting too much momentum, because they had it. They scored first. They went up 6-0, no problem. They missed the PAT. But we thought, oh, okay, that was really easy for Skyline. But second quarter, Skyline Grizzlies showed some teeth on, Highland Rams showed some teeth on defense, and that was the difference in this matchup. Of course, we got games coming up next week for both these teams. Highland Rams will be playing next Friday versus Century at Holt Arena as their field. No, it's back at their stadium, so their stadium will be ready.
Well, it will.
You are crazy, Joel.
Originally slated for Holt Arena.
Okay.
That's a no-go. If the field's not done, I think the plan is to be back here at Lookout Field, but Travis Bells was hoping it was supposed to be done at noon on Friday. I think if it's done at noon, it's good to go by 7, right?
I'm with you.
I'm no field expert.
Let's get.
But
let's get
I know
back on.
Highland would love to host that game, and at Iron Horse Stadium up in Highland, and you know, get people back up at Highland. So hopefully that's the case. If not, you know, we'll let you know, but we'll be there, me and Joel.
Definitely. And then next Friday for Skyline, this is, of course, September 8th, they play Thunder Ridge at Rafston Stadium. And we saw Thunder Ridge play in week 0. And Thunder Ridge is no, you know, that's good. That's no cupcake. That's going to be a tough game for Skyline. We'll see how Skyline responds in that first conference matchup of the season.
Yeah, you know, Thunder Ridge, 0-2 to start off the season. They got a week 0 game, and again, a young team. They've got some great core players. They got good passing game and receivers. Hudson Harker should be a good game. I think Skyline will be able to respond really well. You know, they don't have anything to hang their heads at tonight. Skyline, a very good team with a really good running back as well, and I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, and you know, Thunder Ridge, They might be 0-2, but I think they're better than what their record shows. So that'll be week 3. But we're here in week 2, Thursday night football, Gate City game night. It's been a pleasure to be with you guys. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Gate City game night, presented by Lookout Credit Union and Mountain View Event Center. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Special thanks to athletic directors Travis Bell and Robert Parker here at Pocatello High, who was able to basically, give us the keys and let Highland in and let them play some football here. So appreciate Robert Parker and their willingness to be flexible with Travis Bell and the Highland football team. And I'm grateful for everyone here at Lookout Credit Union Field for their hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com players of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Highland's awesome defense. The difference in this great matchup of perennial powers of 5A and 4A football here in Idaho. Thanks again for joining us as the Highland Rams defeat the Skyline Grizzlies by a score of 31-20. For my broadcast partner Sean Kane and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Joel Richardson saying be excellent to each other. Good night, everybody.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com.